Well, welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager, the great rearguard action of the GT series. 18th and 19th last time out, completely disastrous. Tried to hold out for the one stop, really didn't work, so we shall not be trying that again this time out. Just 2 races to go. We currently still hold that 7th place. Now, just remember, last season we were 10th and we were a long way off everybody. So, any improvement on 10th is going to be good. 8th is sort of the minimum target, I think, at this point. But, if we can maybe get one car into the top 10 in the next couple of races, then we may have a chance of holding on to 7th. Now, our financial situation is pretty grim. It's pretty grim. We're at the point now that we really just cannot put anything else on the car. I'm pretty sure everything has now been improved as much as possible. We'll just go forward quickly. Feedback needed for Dreyfus. I feel like I'm going bonkers, boss. I can't think straight. I don't know what I'm good at, good or bad at anymore. I'm really finding practice and quality sessions harder these days. And then sometimes I just feel like my racecraft is, well, rubbish. I think I can get on top of this, but what should I concentrate on? Races or practice and quali? Personality trait of racer or of timesheet hero? Well, considering she's been struggling, she pulled out an incredible result. That's actually the single-seater playthrough. I've just remembered. I'm getting confused now. The problem with having the same driver in both series. Races. Absolutely. We know where we're going to be in qualifying and practice. So, she gets the trait racer. Let's have a look what that does. So it's just giving a modifier to braking, cornering, smoothness, and just some racing related stuff. So that should help us out a little bit, maybe, in the race. Right, let's have a look at the car. I think this repairs still aren't done. Yeah, we need to wait till the end of the day. Yep, they're all done now. Okay. So we got some reliability we can improve. In terms of performance, they're all at max now. I'm just going to switch those 90s to the suspension. And honestly, yeah, there's nothing else we can do. I can't really put ourselves any further into the red at this point. You know, Chairman's not going to like this as it is. But we just have got a sponsors offer, which might save us. 3 offers available, so that's a max I think we can get. And we're looking for that sweet upfront payment, because we're not going to get first or second in any of the remaining races. So we will go with Ishikawa Malt Whiskey. We'll take their million. And that just about puts us into the green. We'll lose again come the next race, but what can you do? It's we put more parts than we probably should have this season, but prize money at the end of the season should sort that out. It's been a long, arduous journey anyway, and it's going to continue to be so. I don't see them releasing a sequel to this game anytime soon. There is a sequel that's come out on mobile, but I don't think that will come out on PC, because a lot of the changes on there actually are from the desktop version anyway. Right, we've got a new vote on qualifying sessions. Qualifying sessions last 12 minutes. How long are they at the moment? I feel like they're 12 minutes already. Apparently it's not going to benefit us. I'm just going to abstain. I'm not really bothered. Whatever qualifying session is put in front of us, we're going to do our maximum, so. Okay. It's been rejected anyway. We'll stay with... I'm pretty certain... they already are. Well, they're 8 minutes at the moment. Okay. Well, short sessions apparently benefit us anyway, so we'll keep that on. We've got a few drivers we are scouting, of course. Probably going to be looking to replace Dreyfus at the end of the season. Right, let's just get these minimised. We can actually just switch that reliability to Really not much left, just the engine and the gearbox there, so we'll switch to that. Right, so who are the people we've just scouted? Daisy Parker. 26% marketability, that's a no straight off the bat. Chris Cannon, 21%, nope. It's going to be all about money the next few seasons. Unfortunately, we can start picking drivers based on their skills a lot further down the line. At the moment, we need as much money as we can get. Right, none of those drivers are really suitable then. We've got plenty more scouting going on, so we'll hopefully find somebody before the end of the season that we can take on in place of Dreyfus. Just wondering, might as well have a look quickly. Yeah, so Dreyfus is up at the end of the season, so if we can slash a bit off their contract, off how much we're paying, get a paid driver with high marketability, that would be the ideal for next year. Calvin Griffin, are you the one? No, 22%. Staff for idle, yeah, there's not much we can do. Just got to keep calm till next year, guys. You can take the rest of the year off, because we're not going to be doing any more parts this season. Right, we're ready to go then. We shall go for the 12 or above 250,000. Don't even know why we're looking at this. It's going to be the same parts as last time. So I shall get practice done and I'll be back with you for qualifying. Okay, both cars out for qualifying then. It's been a pretty wet weekend so far, which could benefit us, you never know. We got all 3 seasons in one practice session. We got wet, intermediates and dries. As a result, didn't really master either of them. But we got some good race trim. I think we got to level 3, possibly just. Vossu's 98 on the setup, Dreyfus 95. So we got them out there nice and early, but it looks like it is going to dry out towards the middle of the session at least. So it's going to be dry tyres that the quickest times are going to be set on. So I think I'm going to bring both cars in, just in case, because if it starts raining again just after that middle part of the session, we'll only get one shot on dry tyres, and if we stay out and complete these intermediate laps, then we would have missed that opportunity. So we're going to bring them back in, and then I think, I don't know, this is the risk we've made before, this is the mistake we've made before. Vossu looks better set up for this weekend, so I think we're going to send Dreyfus out straight away on soft tyres, and I'm going to wait a little bit with Vossu and just see. I don't think we've got enough time for 2 runs, that's the problem. So we'll send Dreyfus straight out, and then Vossu will try and leave a little bit longer for the track to grip up, and just hope upon hope that it's not going to rain again. I don't think it is, but you never know. You never know with these conditions. And it's all about how late you dare to leave it, really. I mean, I know where we're going to be normally, but if we can get out there on at the right time, it can make half a second difference either way. You never know. There's a bit of cloud that I'm worried about, so we're going to go straight out on softs now with Vossu. And hopefully it will stay dry for him till the end of the session. Dreyfus is on her lap now. Yep, it's going to be rain again. We might have gone too late with Vossu. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't like the look of this. This could really do us a solid here, because all the drivers are just coming back in from their wet tyre runs, and they're not going to get the dry tyres on in time, I don't think. Dreyfus gets over the line to go P1 with a 105.4. Now, can Vossu get a lap in? He's going round now. I think he just might. He might be okay. In which case, we could be on for a 1-2 here. A little bit of rain towards the tail of his lap. Is this going to make enough of a difference? As he crosses the line now to go P3. Still a great time. He's right up there. He's 9/10 of his teammate, but that, to be fair, the end of his lap was pouring rain. And I think we are going to be first and third on the grid for tomorrow's race. There are a couple of cars improving. Olin and Parker go second and third now. The track is still dry. Burnett, Challen and Minzy improving, and Guiara is on an in lap. So we got it bang on there by getting Dreyfus out early. I'm kind of glad we split the cars just in case, but it does mean that Dreyfus got a big advantage over her teammate. But for both drivers, that is ideal. 4th and 8th on the grid then, and you can see that only 11 cars managed to get a time in on the dry tyres. It just proves when there's variable conditions, the most important thing in the world is to be out on the track at the right time, on the right tyres. And it doesn't matter how good or bad your car is, you'll be a lot quicker than someone on the wrong tyres at the wrong time. Right, now we got to wonder what we're going to do. It's looking like a dry race, so I'm going to go with race trim. There's no refueling. Yeah, we'll go pit stop legends. That might buy us a couple of seconds. That's a new unlock for Vosu and his engineer. And we're going to go race trim and engine expert. I don't want to gamble on soft tyres or wet tyres performance increase. Engine expert just means we can push right till the end. We're going to have a better engine. I don't think we would have reliability issues, but it just means that the engine will wear less. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the higher in performance the engine is, the better it will be in terms of higher reliability. Sorry, I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to gamble on it anyway. So we're going to go push and high for both drivers right from the off. And if we wanted a chance to get one good result to secure 7th, this is going to be it. So the lights coming on for the penultimate race of the season, and we're underway. Pretty bad start from Vosu. Dreyfus has made not a bad start at all, and she actually drops one position into turn 1. 5th and 10th now are two drivers. Dreyfus moving back through the field. 6th now for Dreyfus. 12th for Vosu. He's going to lose another place there. 13th. This is the thing. It doesn't matter how high we start up. We just still go backwards because our car is really not up to scratch at the moment. We're going to kick it on up to 2 speed then. And Vosu's already back down to 15th. Tyre warm-up proving pretty difficult. I'm going to go to attack for both drivers. Everything looks like it's going to be dry from now on. We need to get those tyre temps up. Vosu is already at the back of the field, 19th. Dreyfus fighting valiantly and actually moving forward there, up to 5th. And this is what we're going to be missing if we can't get a good enough driver next season. She just has a way. When she's fighting up there, she can hold her own. It's when she's down the back of the field that she seems a bit more level with Vosu. But once she gets up there, she's in her element. And this is where we really see her skills. Right, we're going to go back to neutral. Now the tyre warm-up is there. Probably looking around about lap 10-11 to start the pit stops. And we'll go back to medium on the fuel as well, because of course we cannot refuel during this race. Just keep an eye on those tyre temps, make sure they don't drop too low again. Dreyfus is in 5th now. And she seems to be able to hold pace with that front group at the moment. Remember, our cars have a terrible way of just falling back through the field literally within a couple of laps. So we're going to go back up to push. The tyre temperature is dropping a little bit. It's only 12 degrees out there, so it's going to be very difficult to warm up the tyres today. So we're probably going to have to keep pushing for most of the race. Vostu's pace not looking good at the moment. 112.1. Dreyfus did a 111.0 last time around. Vostu actually improved to 111.8. as Dreyfus gets passed by Parsonan. Little lock up, that's not going to help the tyre life much, but she's also looking after tyres a lot better already. So I'm just going to take a quick look as to what the tyre lives are. So 14 to 16 on the medium means we could potentially get about 30 laps out of 2 medium stops. So we could pit early for the mediums. Again, I don't really know what the weather's going to do. I presume it's going to be dry though. It's just about how early we want to link with Dreyfus. So I think I'm going to come in this lap. I'm going to go a little bit aggressive. We always get caught out by these things. Car looking fantastic as usual. Not going to bother recharging. It breaks so often it's just not worth doing, I don't think. She's got a lot of charge left which we haven't used. We'll use that on the outlap. We'll use a bit of fuel on the outlap as well. So it's a good pit stop. 6.9 seconds. She's back out and we will use that boost immediately. And we will see if we can undercut some of these guys on the fresher medium tyres. I presume we're going to have the same problem with warm-up as we did in the first stint. We're going to pit Vosu early as well. His car, engine gearbox wearing a little bit more, but Dreyfus does have that trait to help her. And we will do the same with Vosu. We will go to high fuel and we will use our boost on the outlap to try and get the undercut on anybody. Dreyfus gets out easily ahead of everybody that's pitted now, but I think all these guys are from the second half of the field, so not really guys she was racing at the time. It's going to help her against all these guys, don't forget, because I have no reservations that she will start dropping back through the field at some point. Right, a lot of cars pissing this time around. Dreyfus is again going to get out ahead of everybody. So at the moment she's in the net lead. So we will keep everything on push. Vossi's actually got out ahead of 6 drivers from undercutting as well. So it seems like the thing to do. The only thing I'd slightly worry about is whether we can go far enough to get just one more stop. Again, Dreyfus is out ahead of everybody. And I think she's going to be leading this, apart from maybe Parsonan, who is flying at the moment. I think she's going to be leading this race, second in this race, after the pit stops work themselves out. So we are going to have to save some fuel later in the race, but I think it's worth using now just to get ourselves ahead of as many people as possible. Dreyfus has actually got out ahead of Parsonan, so she is going to be in the net lead of this race. Vosu is in 12th. I don't think any of those front 4 are going to come out around about where Vosu is, but we'll keep pushing just in case. Tyres are actually overheating a little bit now, so we'll go back to neutral on both cars and we'll turn that fuel down once everybody's pitted. The front 3 then were on mediums, so they're going to be going slightly longer into this race. So I'm now going to turn the fuel down on both cars. Dreyfus, we're going to use her boost to defend from Pertnet there. That's helped out nicely. Vosu, we're going to use his boost. And he's in the midfield, he's fighting hard. But there we go. Dreyfus takes over the net lead of the race. And now she's going to have to make that car as wide as a double-decker bus if she's going to want to win this race now. And already then, there goes Pertnet. There goes Parsonan. She's still fighting though. She's still fighting. Can't quite do it though. Third at the moment. And it's just that gap back to sort of 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th that I'm most sort of concentrating on. Because 7th place would be great. I mean, if we can stay up with these guys, unbelievable. But I really don't think we've got the pace to be fighting with these guys. As Minzy goes past and Gira goes past in the space of a corner. But you don't know. If we can undercut again, it might help us out. Tyre temp's actually starting to drop again, so we're going to go back to push. Just try and get them back up. It's still just 12 degrees out there now. I'm wondering about the possibility of rain later in the race, but at the moment it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Just going to use that boost from Vosu. Just might help him out in that midfield. You never know. So Dreyfus still defending well, and she's within striking range of those ahead. As Lee tries going out again, Dreyfus just will not say no. And don't forget, we've got those racer traits that we gave her just before the race, so this is what she's all about now. And she's fighting for every single place on that piece of tarmac. Vosu has now dropped back to 16th, not surprising, it's about where we should be. I think you can still race those cars around him. Dreyfus is going to be all about minimising how far we go backwards. So there's about 20 laps left and we're going to struggle now. We're really going to struggle. I wonder if it's time to go aggressive. Because if we put the mediums on, we're not going to get to the end. So I think we're going to go soft tyres and we're going to do 2 more stops. I think it's the only thing we can do. We need to get to around about lap 24 to make the strategy work. Vosu might get there, but Dreyfus definitely isn't. I'm just going to use that boost now as well. Again, my recording thing is right over a fuel level. I think it's about the same as well. I think it's about minus 0.42 at the moment. Right, in she comes. Quite a few other people in as well. So I'm pretty confident a lot of people are going to be free stopping. I don't think we're going to get far enough with Vosu either, so I'm going to put another set of soft tyres on. We will also do 2 more stops for him then. We've gone a few... See, this is where it gets difficult. Because we undercutted early on, we gained those positions. But also because we undercutted, it means we can't go far enough to do a 2-stop. And I think there's a lot of drivers that are going to get away with a 2-stop. And that's potentially going to hurt us. I don't know. We'll see if Dreyfus and Vosu are able to come back through the field. I think all those guys in the top 8 should be able to 2-stop. So Dreyfus is going to have to get a move on. She needs to get through these cars quickly. Minzy is probably the worst person to have ahead because they're on the medium tyres, around about the same life left in them. This is going to make it very tricky. Dreyfus, we're going to use that boost down the straight then, out of the final corner. Can she get past into turn 1? She does do. Beautiful. Now she can get on her way. She just needs to be flat out for the next few laps now. She's once again stuck up behind someone, and it's Shannon this time. We'll use that boost. Is it enough just to get through on the inside? It's going to be close around the outside into the final corner, but she makes it stick and is now up to 7th. She's got Guerra on her tail on around the same strategy, but we're past those medium tyre runners, and that's what was important. She can hopefully now use some pace, because of course she's going to have to stop again, which quite a few people around her probably are not. So tyres seem to be staying in the working range. I'm wondering about just going back to neutral, because I don't think push is doing us any favours. And these soft tyres have better warm up than the mediums we had on last in. Vosu is in a race of his... Oh no, he's right on the back of NATO, and we've just used that boost, which wasn't enough to get past. I don't know how this race is going to shake out, I really don't. There's definitely going to be some 2-stoppers, and there will be some free. But where we're going to... It depends how many are 2-stopping as to how well this race goes. If the majority 3-stop, we're good for a top 10 finish here with Dreyfus, and Vosu's 16th should be holdable. On the other hand, if a lot of people 2-stop, then we're going to be in trouble. Right, you can see these soft tyres already are almost gone from Dreyfus. We need to do one more lap really, so we'll come in on this lap for another set of soft tyres. I won't risk the charge again, and we'll be back out. The car's still looking in good nick. Vosu still all in good nick, so it should be okay. I'm starting to get some excess fuel as well, which might be useful towards the end of the race. And now we're going to start to get an idea of where everybody's going to shake out and who we've got to overtake that's two-stopping. We're going to be much quicker than a lot of people, but whether that will work out, I don't know. Vosu can probably do one more lap, to be fair. We'll send him round again. Those tyres, can't find a sweet spot for them. They get too cold if we go back to neutral, and if we push, they overheat slightly. I'd rather be pushing and having them overheat slightly than too cold, to be fair. So we will stay on push for both drivers. Right, Vosu we will bring in this time around for another set of soft tyres. Everything looking okay for the pit stops. So, Dreyfus is 15th. You can see at least 4 cars ahead that are going to have to stop again. Probably Minzy as well will make 5. So we should be just inside the top 10 with Dreyfus when this all sorts itself out, as Vosu comes in now. Dreyfus goes up to 13th. She didn't get out ahead of the people I thought she would. And despite a very good lap time, 108.3, still wasn't enough for her to get ahead of Kinney, which I was hoping she would. Alright, bunch more cars in the pits now. She gets past a lot of them. She's now up into 9th then. Vosu is in 16th. There's 1, maybe 2 more cars to pit ahead. So Vosu could still push for 14th here. Dreyfus is really going to have to hold if she wants 9th. She's not going to be able to go any further forward. She used that boost to defend. I think it's a bit late though. Nope, she got back around the outside. Can she get past Minzy? Minzy's going to be the cork in the bottom. Oh, it's not Minzy, it's Lee who's just pitted. We're going to struggle here. We are really going to struggle. She's dropped back to 11th. Vosu, let's use that charge. May as well, he's got it. I don't think he's going to be able to catch the cars ahead. Although Channon is struggling. He's very low on tyre life, so he might. Dreyfus, I'm now worried, is going to come under threat from NATO. She should be safe from Minzy backwards. So it's looking like 11th, maybe 12th for Dreyfus. Vosu, just as I was about to switch with him, has got past Channon because Channon's actually pitted. So it's a straight race now for Vosu to hold on to 14th place, which would be a good result. We've got a little bit of fuel to use on both cars, so we shall use it. Dreyfus now coming under pressure once again from NATO. The boost was just enough to keep her ahead. We're going to have to go back to neutral though, because these tyres are on their last legs now. She maybe pitted a lap or 2 early, and she's now lost that 12th place. She's got 11 seconds to hold on to it, so she can probably take it a bit easy on these tyres. I'm going to switch that fuel back just to be safe. Also, we're going to go back to neutral and medium. If we can hold on to 12th and 13th, that will be a great result. I am worried about Dreyfus running out of tyres right at the end though. That gap is already down to 8 seconds. Also, I'm going to use that boost down the straight because he's coming under pressure now from Olin. Dreyfus, I'm going to use that boost nice and early. gap now down to 6 seconds. Is it going to be enough to hold on to 12th? Should be. Vosu also coming under pressure. We've got a bit of fuel to use. We will use it. Dreyfus comes out of the final corner then to take 12th place. And Vosu does hold on to 14th ahead of Olin. Okay, so it means that we take 12th and 14th place then. In the end, it was 4 cars that's tried the 2-stop. 3-stop was the better strategy, I think. We ran very well early on in that race, but as always happens, once the fuel comes down and the fresh tyres go on, we just don't have the pace to run with the big guys, or any of the top 10 for that matter. But I'm proud of my two guys. They raced well today. Vosu especially. Right at the back of the field at one point, and through strategy and some good driving, he managed to come back through to 14th. Dreyfus 12th is probably the best you could have hoped for. NATO passing 3 or 4 laps from the end, ended up 12 seconds down the road. So that shows you what kind of pace deficit we had over that top 10, and we held on for as long as we could. But our car really needs to make a step to achieve that. We get 125,000 from the sponsors as we actually achieve that 12th place, which is pretty good. Our two drivers dropped to 12th and 13th now. But it does mean that we hold on to 7th for one more race. And it means the lead that we take into the final race is going to be 6 points over Vittorio and 9 points over Orleans AMR. Definitely defendable. I think we're safe of 10th. They can't get 62 points, I don't think, in a weekend. No, that's not going to happen. So it's Orleans and Vittorio. That's going to be a very, very close battle. Hopefully we can come out on top. I'm proud of our guys. We're fighting with proper midfield teams all the way to the end of the race. End of the season, sorry. And 12th and 14th is... Hey, it's a lot higher than I thought this car was going to be this season. On raw pace, which that race really was. Obviously, we were promoted a little bit because of the qualifying, but you still got to have the skill to pull that off. So, we only lose 450,000 this race, which isn't too bad. If we can stay under $1 million by the end of the season, that'll be... The chairman should be fine with that as well. So, that's it. Next time out, it'll be the final race of Season 2. Our car is still the 10th quickest, but in true fashion for these playthroughs, we're punching well above our weight. And, yeah. Find out next time if we can hold on to 7th. Keep your help and advice coming. Let me know what you think we can do for next season. What you think we'll be able to achieve. And do you think we'll be able to hold on to 7th in the final race in Tondela? If you're new to the channel, first of all, hit like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel to check out my other videos. The single-seater playthrough as well of Motorsport Manager if you want to see some more. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you again next time.